San Diego County Sheriff's Department is hiring emergency services dispatchers. And joining us now with more on the position and what the job entails is Sheriff's Emergency Services Dispatcher Faith Chandroo. Good morning, Faith. Thanks so much for making the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what it is like to be an emergency dispatcher, and what does it entail? I mean, what kind of person does it take to do what you do?
Well, we have a number of sheriff's dispatchers. Currently, our number is at 120. However, we are looking to hire additional dispatchers, so we encourage people to apply. Typically in a year-long period of time, we take about 800,000 calls in through our communication center. That averages about 2,000 calls per day, including both 911 and non-emergency phone calls. So we have call takers receiving those calls. We also have radio dispatchers who are dispatching those calls for service out to the field units, the deputies, so that they can actually go help people in person. Somebody who would be interested in applying would just need to be empathetic and calm and potentially good at typing. But our hiring process will kind of field that as well and make sure that we are looking for the people that have the skill set necessary.
Yeah, a couple of things that stood out to me right now when you touched on the skill set. You mentioned, you kind of have to try to be obviously calm and also be able to type quickly, right? Is that all come with training as well?
Yes, I would definitely say that a lot of the skills that I've acquired has been during the on-the-job training. Being a fast typer is definitely helpful, and to have a foundation in typing is good. There are different practice tests that you can do. As you know, you can do typing tests and a variety of different methods for practicing that. But we do have one of our first steps in the hiring process is the critical exam, which is a 2-hour computer test. And that test actually does test your typing speed and your accuracy, data entry, also your listening skills, your ability to read a map, spelling, and a variety of other sections. And you would have to be successful in all 16 sections of that test to actually get hired on with the department. But as well as having that foundation, once you're hired on, we have an extensive training program where you will learn so much in the time that you have during training. And if you're interested in applying, I definitely encourage everybody to visit our website. It's joinsdsheriff.net/dispatcher, and you can click the link that says apply today.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to know that there is an extensive training program. Did you know that this is something that you wanted to do? How long have you been doing it?
I've been a dispatcher with the Sheriff's Department for 8 years now, and I've been able to participate in a number of collateral duties and different positions within the agency, which is really great. There's a ton of opportunity that we can offer. I didn't necessarily know that I wanted to do this forever. We have very few dispatchers that knew that they wanted to work in this career. But I was working at a smaller agency in the records division, actually, and I spent a lot of time in their communication center, and that's kind of where I fell in love with it. And I realized it was something that I wanted to do long term, and applying and working with the Sheriff's Department really has been the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can only imagine. So let me ask you, how does it feel knowing that you are helping to really potentially save lives every day?
This job is so rewarding. Outside of the benefits that we offer, which it's full health, vision and dental benefits, and a competitive starting pay. There's so many positive things that go with the job, but even the job itself, like you mentioned, Liz, is so rewarding to know that on people's potentially their worst day of their life, they're calling in and they're speaking to you. You are the true first responder as a sheriff's dispatcher, receiving that 911 call, receiving that non-emergency call, and having the opportunity to positively impact somebody's life and serve your community every single day.
That's awesome. One last question I have, just going back a little bit, the requirements to become a dispatcher, what might some of those be?
The only requirement that we have is to be at least 18 years of age and to possess a high school diploma. There's no previous training needed or no other qualification really. Everything you'll go through in your backgrounds process and your hiring process as well. To see that there, but you can also visit our website. Like I mentioned, it's joinsdsheriff.net/dispatcher, and all the qualifications are mentioned there. And you'll see there as well that no previous training or experience is needed for the position.
Well, it certainly is an interesting and can be, an exciting type of field to get into for sure. Faith, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us and also giving us the details of what it all entails to become an emergency services dispatcher and the requirements. JoinSDSheriff.net is the website. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you very much.
Okay, take care.